Hi, my gorgeous queen. So this is not a wig review, but it's actually a video that I wanted to share with you about my trying day that I had today and regarding getting scammed. So I placed an order with Amazon a couple days ago, and normally when you check on your status, it will tell you that if your order is being shipped or what the status of the order is. And it was at a standstill, but the money was taken out of my account. So I wanted to know what was the problem. So I finally said, let me call Amazon to find out. I got their number from the Google site, and I called the 1-800 number, and the prompts came on, as if it's their actual number, and then a lady comes on. Well, she's got an accent, so she's either Indian or one of those types of accents where it's not American, not somebody from here. Anyways, she started to ask me, my email address, what my name was, and all this other stuff. So then she goes on to find out what card I had on file for Amazon. So I didn't give her much information. I pretty much just asked her, well, what card do you have on file? I mean, my information is right in front of you. So then she's telling me that right now I pulled up your account, your order is not shipped, and your account is actually under investigation. So I said, what do you mean under investigation? She said, yeah, someone in Mississippi, and she named another state. I don't remember what state. She said that, they're pretending to be me, and they're using all my information, and that this person was trying to purchase a $1,700 Dell laptop and a $1,200 iPhone 10 with my card. So I said, okay, well, I did not authorize any of these transactions. And when I logged on to my account, it doesn't show that any order was, being pending for such large purchases. So anyways, I told her that, I'm actually on my lunch break. I don't really have much time to discuss. So what options do I have? What do I need to do? She said, well, I did ask her. I said, well, I would like to know who this person is, what their phone number. I mean, there has to be an IP address where they're calling from. And she goes on to say, I shouldn't worry about that. They will take care of all of that. But first, she has to process the paperwork, and I need to go into the actual Amazon store itself to take care of this matter. And I said, well, why can't I do it over the phone with you? That's the norm. The normal thing, even when you call your banks, they do stuff over the phone. If it's fraud, they transfer you to another department, and that they will take care of it. So that's what I thought she was gonna tell me to do. So she says, based on my zip code, the closest Amazon store is 142 miles away from where my zip code is. So I said, well, I'm not, going to drive that far to a Amazon location just to clear up this. And it started to get kind of fishy. So I'm just listening to her at this point. Then she said, well, there's another option. I can either go into a Winn-Dixie, I can go into a Walmart, or one of those gas stations that you do transaction, and then that I would have to pay for, what was it she said? I would have to pay for the form to be done and all this stuff. So when she said that to me, I was like, okay, something isn't right now. So I said, well, what's your number? What's your main number where I can reach you in case we get disconnected? Because, I have to go back to work. I'm on lunch. And she started giving me a phone number, but it was a different area code. It wasn't an 800 number with an extension. It was just like a 452 some type of number, which I'm going to leave all the information down below so that this does not happen to somebody who won't catch it as quick as I did. So she started giving me the phone number, and then I said to her, okay, and is there a reference number for this call? she didn't say anything about a reference number. She kept changing and the subject and cutting me off. And then I said, well, what's your name? And she said her name is, what was it? Mind you, she sounds like I said Indian. So she said her name is Stacy Gordon. And I was like, really, Stacy Gordon? I said, is that your married last name? And she's like, no, it's my maiden name, in her accent. And I said, oh, okay. So I said, well, all right. So she said, well, you have to stay on the phone with me and drive to, the Winn-Dixie if that's where you're going, because we can't do the transaction if we get disconnected. So I said, well, we are going to get disconnected because I have to go back to work and I need a phone number where I can reach you to discuss this later. So she gives me this phony number, which I'll tell you about that later. And she said they would call me back, when I get off work, like I guess after 5. So I said, okay. So we ended the phone call because I didn't give her any other information. And I wasn't going to drive to a Winn-Dixie to pay for anything. Okay, because, yeah. So I got to work and I waited like an hour and I dialed the number that she gave me. And lo and behold, just like I thought, it goes straight to this thing that says the text message or subscriber you're trying to reach, it's not a valid number or something. So I already knew that because based on her name, based on her accent and all the questions that she was asking me. And then what made me get the red flag on her is that she pretty much wanted me to pay for something. I've never heard of anybody trying to take care of their account if someone's doing fraudulent activity and have to pay to do so. So I really feel bad for like the elderly people. I feel bad for people who aren't like thinking. They might have a lot of stuff on their mind and they're caught off guard for one, and they go ahead and pay for things and then all their money gets taken away. All your information is in someone else's hands, and it's really not right. This is not right. I mean, this is America, and if we can get hacked so easily, it just leaves you to think, what else can they get into? As far as, one day you'll wake up and like every last penny that you have in your bank account is gone because they're doing this wire transaction and wherever they're based out of. I have no idea, but all I know is the name did not go with the voice. Okay, it just, something wasn't adding up. So I'm gonna leave all the information down below as far as the number that I found on Google. I don't know why this is happening here in America, but a lot of people are calling numbers that are on the internet that is supposed to be of a customer service number for a certain business, and then it reroutes you somewhere else. So I don't know why that's going on. I don't know what's going on with all of that, but it's just not right. And I just want to say one thing to this lady who did this today, tried to actually scam me. Don't let looks fool you, okay? Because if you had the moment or had the chance to actually come face to face with me and try this, I can't even say what I want to say on YouTube right now. I really can't. But all I'm telling you is that one day you will get caught. You won't be as lucky because you'll try this with somebody else who they probably have better resources and money and time and energy to follow through with all of this and figure exactly where you're calling from, because everything has to come from somewhere. All right, if you're planting a tree, you need the seed and that has to grow. So every time you dial a number, it's coming from somewhere. So somebody is going to get to these people, and I hope they get them soon because this thing is getting out of control. I mean, I wasted time and energy because I got back to work late because I had to go to my bank. I had to cancel my card. I had to do all this stuff. And my coworker had to actually take over for me until I got back to work. So this thing is draining, it's time consuming, and this identity fraud and all this stuff going on. It's just, it's crazy. And people work too hard for their money to be just taken from from someone else. Like, they just take it because you can. It's just not right. And I was really, really pissed off today, and I try to keep my composure as cool and calm as I can, but this is annoying because you ladies know that I do what I do because of you. I try to do my reviews. I am not sponsored, and I know a lot of times I get rude comments from people in my description, my comment section, talking trash and saying all types of stuff. I'm not sponsored. I buy 90% of my wigs, and I don't go to work and just clock in and just sit there and not do anything. I work really hard, and I try to give back as much as I can. So for someone to just feel like they can just, pick up the phone because they have fake numbers on Google, which I don't understand why on earth Google allows this, because these ads have to come from somewhere. You don't just type in Walmart customer service and then a number pops up or several numbers pop up, and then when you call, you're on the other line thinking that you're talking to somebody from actual Walmart's customer service, and it's a scam. I don't understand. I mean, this really shouldn't happen. We have the resources here to do a lot of things and stop a lot of fraud and stuff like that to happen. Even hackers, like, it just leads you to think if they can hack into anything, then we are not safe at all. We're not. We're just like sitting targets, just waiting. So this is not right. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave the information in my description box as far as what the number says on Google, that it's Amazon's customer service, because it's not their customer service number. And I will leave the phone number that was left for me to contact someone to make payments, and the name that she gave me, and all that good stuff. Right now I have to fill out these forms that I actually received from Amazon to try to put a stop to this. So I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that this does not happen to somebody who will actually go through with what they were trying to do and get you to spend money and pay for something or send money to them. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. Normally we don't do this, these types of videos. I'm always unboxing something, but I just wanted to share with you what happened today, and I will leave the information down below. If this video can help someone else, I'll be happy that I was able to help someone else not make the mistake and fall for these scammers. So I just want to say welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please like and share this video, and give me a thumbs up if you wanna. And yeah, I'm not my normal self right now because this thing is crazy. But anyways, I just want you to know that I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video, and I love you ladies, and I do what I do because of you, and I try to give back. So until my next unboxing, I just want to say have a great evening. Take care of your family. Be very aware of your surroundings and what's going on. Be safe. Stay blessed. I love you. One love. Mwah.